The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story.
Things fall apart at the center, cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood tide is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best, they lack all convictions, and the worst, they're full of passionate intensity.
Well, good evening. So, you've come to speak with your boy Twitch once again. You know, it's funny. Actually, don't really have any news to report to you this week. I mean, sure, things are going on in the city. That doesn't mean I have anything to tell you. But since you're here, I think it's time for us to find a new way to meet. I've been in this guise a bit long. It's time to switch things a bit. I haven't decided yet how you will meet me next, but I would not worry. We will continue our talks. It's just every once in a while, you have to throw off the scent of the pursuers. We shall see what new personality I come up with next. It's your boy Twitch. We will talk soon.
The darkness, it drops again, and I know now. The 20 centuries of stony sleeper affects the nightmare by the rocking candle and what rough beast. It's how I come round at last, slouches towards Chicago to be born.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to McStabber Studios' Windy City After Dark Memoriams. Tonight, we're going to be showing you 3 scenes that are events from the past of the coterie that are living currently in Windy City. And these are events that shaped who and what they are. Now, for those that have not seen a memoriam before, a memoriam is really a trip down memory lane. Because honestly, a vampire who remembered every detail of their past would soon go mad as incident piled upon incident, and it crowded out their present in a lightning-riven fog of the past. Aside from a few special events, the details of decades and centuries ago will start to fade. Now, because the vampire mind is a fragile thing, influenced not only by the curse of their blood, but the deprivations of their own beast, many find that their memories become subtly shaped in ways which combine both past and the present. In the case of these particular kindred, you're going to see important people from their past appearing in both voice and appearance as people from their present. Now, in some cases, these alterations are purely incidental. But in others, there's a sort of twisted logic in these kind of replacements. So I ask you to sit back and prepare to have a peek into some of the events that have shaped the characters into the kindred that you now see in Chicago. For this scene, this would be the early 2000s. Vitel has fallen. The city is caught in a war, city of DC. Sasha Vikos is declared to be the bishop of DC if he can take it from the Camarilla holdouts. One of those holdouts was the Tremere that still had their chantry in the Octagon House with their archives at the National Archives building of all places. And I, of course, am the storyteller for this one, Shanky McStabber.
Hi, I am Astral Aberration. I am playing Philip Carlson in Windy City by night, but this evening I shall be playing Pontifex Peter Dorfman.
I'm Unconscious Celestial, or Corey, and I am playing Regent Helena Taylor.
I'm Urian, and I'm playing myself tonight, Roscoe Akers, Clan Tremere.
And to set this particular memoriam, this is one of Roscoe's memories. An important night. And the night started off with Peter Dorfman summoning his sire, Roscoe's sire, and Roscoe, along with some other members of the Tremere Chantry, to discuss an event, a problem that is popping up that they need to be ready for. And I'll turn it over to the Tremere.
Are we all gathered?
Yes, they have all gathered now in the Octagon House, in the main room of the Octagon House. Kind of, there's a low murmur from most of them. They don't understand what's going on. They don't understand why they were all gathered together, because this doesn't happen.
So, I've heard reports from both sources around the city and my own familiars that the Sabbat intend to make an incursion upon our chantry. This shall not be allowed to pass. If they come here, we will show them the true power of the Tremere, and we will wipe them out. We must have ancillae and neonates reinforcing the wards. Those of you with knowledge beyond their ken, see to use some of our less obvious magics. Prepare your rituals. Everything that you have at your disposal will be required to make them suffer.
Pontifex, where do you require my assistance?
Helena, I think it is best that you delve into some of our more complex wardings to see if we can catch some of them off guard with specific rituals for certain bloodlines.
I shall go start right away.
So these Tremere, led by the leader of the Chantry, Pontifex, Peter Dorfman, head over to the National Archives, which is where all the vital records of the Tremere are kept, along with a number of artifacts, some of which are irreplaceable in many ways. So now we cut to the National Archives as the Tremere have been running around, reinforcing wards, trying to make sure it's ready. But as with all memoriams, if Roscoe wasn't remembering this, there's a reason he had to. Because the wards did not hold. I will let our additional players introduce themselves.
I'm Lady Merowith. I typically play Eleanor Thurston on Windy City After Dark, but right now I'm playing Mal of the Sabbat.
I am Ivy Raven. I typically play Abigail Rawl, childer of Jacqueline Durand. But tonight I will be playing Becky, the Sabbat superstar.
I'm Gavin, and I play Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra, Templar.
I'm Rylyn Dare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat and Discord. I normally play Jacqueline Durand on Windy City After Dark, but tonight I am playing Victoria Fitzhenry, Clan La Sombra, Sabbat, and biological daughter of Tally.
I am Plaguewind. You've seen me as Duncan McTavish. Tonight I am playing a random Sabbat shovelhead who has been newly brought into the Sabbat army and doesn't even remember his name.
So as the Tremere are setting things up, everything is quiet at first. Not even sure that the reports you heard were accurate. And then there's a loud noise as the front doors are blown in and a mass of bodies rush in. And now that the doors are open, you also begin, from the shadows of the room, begin to see figures emerge as they step free. So, we're going to start. I want to know what the Tremere's initial response are to this incursion. Because they look to Peter Dorfman for leadership at this time, because he is Pontifex.
Peter Dorfman will seem surprised for a moment. How did they breach our wards? Units! See to it!
Watch this, Templar. This is going to be fun. Vicky Shadow Steps.
So one of the figures has stepped out. Now, what is everyone else's actions? We have Dorfman was organizing the rest of them. Let's go around and see what everyone's basic plan of attack is on this very first beginning of it. Let's see what... Helena, what were you doing after Dorfman has given the command to attack? There has to be at least 30 Sabbat in this room at this point, already charged through. There's not that many Tremere. You only have about 20 members of the whole Chantry. That's everybody. Though you do get word that there are some additional help coming, because Dorfman has called on the assistance of Tabitha, which is the local gangrel freedom fighter who has been punishing the Sabbat in the city. You've just got to hold out.
So Helena probably starts with casting flames and sending it towards the shadows.
Okay.
And then motioning to Roscoe to fall back and let the neonates handle like the first part of it. And we're going to go to where Tabitha would have been entering.
Okay. So we have Helena summoning fire, which causes every kindred in here to shy back. It's funny how that works, though, because she doesn't. She hurls the fire. Roscoe, you've been told to fall back.
Yeah, we was paying attention to checking the wards and then told to fall back. As I'm going back towards the back with my sire, I just look for the nearest case that has an artifact and grab what appears to be a long bracelet.
The Chains of Athena. Rather odd artifact. You don't know how it got the name, or where it even came from. But what you do know is that to wield it in battle will greatly injure a kindred, but it also makes you hungrier the longer you hold it. Sabat, what is your plan? Let's start with Mal and work around there.
Oh, if they're sending fodder towards us, I'm ready. I have feral weapons, and I'm going to arms of airmen. Anyone gets close enough so I can rip and tear.
Becky's here to put on a show, so when she sees the big group, she's going to turn on Majesty and just be like, come here, come here.
Very useful. When you're dealing with a bunch of, as they said, neonates going forward, they don't have much defense to that. Lamar, you have specific targets that you have in mind, don't you?
I do. And I will find the closest neonate that didn't jump away from the flame, move forward, put my gun under his chin, and fire. Can we borrow some brown sugar, guys?
Vicky.
Yes. I have shadow stepped and stepped right behind Dorfman.
Dorfman in his speech. And now let's see what the Shovelhead's plan is.
He comes walking in. What's this? A party? No one invited us? The fuck is this place? And he's got a big, the top of a sewer. He's holding his hand like a frisbee, and just massive strength just lets it go right at the head of a random, whoever's the closest, like Tremere.
And it's this mass of neonates that had come forward, many of them bearing silver weapons of various types, ceremonial weapons that aren't really ceremonial. They just appear to be, as they've invoked various blood sorcery rituals on them to injure you kindred. But they charge forward to meet the Sabbat, not understanding what they're going up against. And the melee begins with a Shovelhead smashing a manhole cover into people. Lamar blowing a brain out. Vicky appearing behind Dorfman. Mal summoning arms of airmen. And a whole bunch of neonates just staring at Becky. Roscoe arming himself with a chain that all the kindred in the room, the moment it's in his hand, notice something feels odd. You can feel the lethality of this chain in his hand as he guards his sire, who's hurling fireballs at everybody. And at this point, we're in a mass melee. There's a lot going on, but I think this is a good point to let the various people here do their normal amount of shit talk that happens in these fights, because I am sure this is not a quiet fight. There's a lot of threats being thrown around before something bad is about to happen to one Peter Dorfman.
You old warlocks all talk too much, and she yanks his fucking head off his body.
Rest of you, as she's tearing into him, you all the Tremere, Helena, Roscoe, you see Dorfman. The only way to describe it is a teeny bopper of all things. She's got little short shorts on. Seems to be chewing gum of all. And she just casually steps out of the shadows and tears your Pontifex's head completely off his body.
And then she turns and looks towards the one casting fire and gives her a wink.
And I will let you all roleplay and talk some trash a bit, because I think this is definitely the mass melee that is going on is not one you can describe very well in terms of a function. But what you can describe is the chatter as you are bashing, killing, and maiming each other. So, please, I want to hear some good trash talk, because Roscoe has a vivid memory about trash talking.
So I'll start. Helena, seeing this unfold, she's not usually one to talk bad about anybody or curse anybody out, but this sight enrages her. And she goes, "You fucking bitch," and casts telekinesis, sorry.
Those, you telekinesis, you grab them.
Yes.
It's me.
So
Grab Vicky, and where do you throw her?
To Vicky. It's just anywhere. Blind rage. Just.
So we have Vicky flying through the air, talking shit as she goes through the air.
Yeah. I'm literally cackling and just, this is fun.
So as you're killing everybody, let's go around and make it easy, since it's hard with this many people to figure out who's talking trash where. Mal, let's give me some trash talk as you're murdering your way through Tremere.
Oh, I'm murdering my way through. And Becky is so nice. She's my girl. She's got a little snack for me. Oh, they're so cute when they're looking at you like that, dear.
Becky is she's gonna rile up her audience. So she was all sweet, and then she's like, "You fucking punks, start moshing, get this fucking party started!" And she's just like,
and it's odd. Some ignore you, others do not. Of others, their head involuntarily starts moving, and starts going to it. The weak-willed among the younger of the kindred can't seem to resist your words as you're laying them down, which makes them even easier for Mal, the other half of apparently a Mal-Becky team, to come in and murder people. Lamar, you've blown the head off one. Is Lamar still trash talking, or is he just going straight to the mission?
He's stepped over towards a bookcase. He's looking for a book in particular, and he's gonna take it off the shelf, put it into the duffel bag he brought, as someone runs up. "Hey, you can't." "Fish, please," and use his arms of Araman to pull the bookcase down on top of him. It's quiet in the library, and he goes back to looking for more books.
And Lamar, as you're doing this, you do notice a display case that has a stone tablet. It's a corner of a tablet on one side of the room. It's obviously important because it's lit, and it's just sitting there in a display case by itself, roped around even.
Time to go get it.
Vicky.
And
you're going to get it. We'll let you go and move that. Vicky, you've flown through the air after ripping Dorfman's head off.
I have. And now I'm going to chase that little bitch.
Vicky charging through the crowd.
Oh,
and
yeah.
As Vicky charges through the crowd, I can tell you, she doesn't just go through the crowd. There are people flying as she moves through the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone in her way is tossed aside with, well, an amount of strength that only the kindred have. Shovel head.
All right. So as he finishes bashing the head of the first one, he's turned around, his arms out, like, "Well, come on. This is supposed to be a party. Come on, I brought some hot chicks here," gesturing to Becky and Mal, like, "Come on. We're supposed to be treated better like this." And as I say that, I take the super thing and I bash the head in of another one.
Get him, new guy.
Yeah, and he just, as he bashes, you see he's opened his mouth. He's enjoying the hell out of this.
Reveling in what you are. And outnumbered, the Tremere are not faring well. Dorfman, you don't get the trash talk. We know what Helena was doing. What is Roscoe doing at this point? You see Vicky coming towards.
He gets between Vicky and Helena and just starts laying into anybody and anything.
And every time somebody gets near her and that chain touches them, anywhere the chain hits a kindred as they approach him, it leaves a burning mark in them. A deep one at that. It sizzles right through. And nobody seems to want to come back for a second hit every time they get touched with this thing, though you can see the hunger building. And Roscoe, as this occurs. And the fight is going poorly for the Tremere. And as it's going poorly for the Tremere, we've got more actions going on. Mal, what are you still doing as you see you start to win?
Oh, of course we're winning. And I love the taste of Tremere in the morning. And of course, morale is very high since all those people flying shows that Vicky's on the move. I'm just going to keep going as hard as I can.
Mal cutting a swath through these kindred. Becky, you've got some moshing, some not. Some are, looks like a group of them are going to try to rush you. Silver knives in hand.
Oh, I think not, you fucks. And she's, if you're moshing your head, get in on this shit. Kill those fuckers. And she's pointing at the ones who aren't moshing, like aren't banging their heads.
And you cause some Tremere to be
Tremere on Tremere violence.
fighting each other. The weak-willed among them have been filtered out. Lamar, you arrive at this statue. You probably dispatched 2 or 3 Tremere in the process. Tremere are starting to run low on numbers. But
Yeah, like, as he does that, like, hey, new guy, how do you make a mountain out of a molehill? Put a motherfucker in the dirt, and he shoots someone, and then he will bash open the case for the stone tablet to go ahead and try to take it.
the moment you touch it, searing pain shoots through your hand.
Son of a...
The whole hand turns black, as if burned.
What the... Fuck you to that. He just kicks it over.
Okay. Vicky,
Oh, yeah.
you've got a Roscoe between you and her, and you've seen the effect of this chain.
Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing him getting hungry, too. But Vicky's taking some drinks off of multiples, and she's got that fortitude. Come on, baby. And she also is going to lay into him with a hell of a punch.
Okay. So you two start fighting right there
Mm-hmm.
on the floor, and that chain hurts. It's aggravated wounds. Every time it touches you, everywhere it touches you, just the slightest touch burns with a fire. But you see the hunger building. You can't get close to hit him because the chain is always there. But
Then
you
I
see
will
it's
try to
wearing
grab
on him.
the chain.
It's wearing on him as he's hungrier and hungrier.
I will try to grab that damn chain.
And Shovelhead reveling in the fight. Unfortunately, one of Helena's fireballs managed to catch you right in the back. And you go up burning, but you're still alive. It's just, it hurts. You're burning.
You're loud. Fuck! So I take a decapitated head, and I just, whatever blood drips out of it, drink it. And I turn and I just throw the head wherever the fireball came.
And Helena has to dodge a flaming head because he's on fire when he picked it up, and it was not good. Helena, you've managed to hit a few of them. Your fire is hitting people. The archives are the archives are in danger from fire at this point, but you're losing. You see Roscoe trying to defend you from the unbelievable. Looks like out of a 50s movie. If she had roller skates on, it would complete the entire look. What is Helena going to do? You know we have reinforcements soon.
So, first things first, the flaming head that is coming my way. I am going to redirect that in the direction of Mal and Becky. And actually, yes, in the direction of Mal and Becky. And then weather control, I'm going to make it super. I'm actually going to start making it rain.
It starts raining to put the fires out. Now, Roscoe, even in this Memoriam, you're seeing powers you've never known your sire to use. Some rather powerful things that kindred don't throw. Powers denied you.
What the hell?
But they are happening. Rain putting fires out. Heads deflected, just bounced off of something not there, but then shoot off in another distance. And then everyone hears what can only be described as a snarl and a howl at the same time. And that noise in the background was amazing. Perfectly timed. Because in through this door that they've rushed through, at the front of this group of individuals coming in is a woman flaming red hair, long down her back, wearing a leather jacket. For all the Sabbat here, you know who that is. That is Tabitha, member of the Vikings, a gangrel. And behind her is somebody you've heard of but did not expect to see. Bloodlicker is with her. Bloodlicker is a member of the Bone Gnawers pack of DC. And they're not alone.
She brought a fucking lupine.
Party's over, boys. Let's get out. And she grabs that fucking chain off of Roscoe's arm and runs to Lamar.
Lamar's been snagging books, snagging objects. He's got some shit.
One of those ceremonial blades. He's dropped one of those into the. He's dropped actually two of those in the bag. He might keep one for himself. And he zips up his duffel bag. All right, everybody, pull out. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's see who goes. Mal, do you retreat with the rest of them?
Oh, yes. I'm retreating. I'm grabbing Becky.
Okay. We know Lamar's retreating. Vicky is planning to shadow step as many as she can take with her. To get the fuck out.
I'm snatching up the Templar first. He's priority.
Mm-hmm. Shovelhead.
I'm heading for Vicky.
You're burning. It hurts, but you still are up. You feeding yourself blood as fast as you can, but you're hurting. What are you trying to run, or are you just?
You know what? He's pissed, set on fire, so he would probably. He probably heard the "let's go," but
caught up in the battle madness.
He's charging right at the fireball person.
And Vicky ain't grabbing somebody on fire.
Yeah. Helena, you see your reinforcements are here. It is Tabitha and Bloodlicker. Looks like a number of the Bone Gnawers and a number of the gangrel in the town. There's even an individual you've seen Roscoe speak to in the past. Samuel Grant seems to be in that pile coming through. Your childer has lost his weapon, and you see the hunger almost in control of him at this point.
I feel like probably would have taken Roscoe away from everyone at that point.
Grab him.
Yeah.
And the oddest thing, again, Roscoe, when she grabs you, time stops. Comes to a complete standstill as she takes you out of the room. Nothing is moving. She pulls you to one of the side annexes where you're supposed to bring records to review because you can't take them out of the National Archives. And you can still see what's going on in the other room. As lupine and everything start moving again. Again, a power used that has been denied you, that you lost, that your sire should not have. You see Vicky snatch Lamar out of the melee as lupine close in.
Your chariot awaits, Templar. Let's go.
Becky and Mal almost get out, but don't. One, a Bruja, it seems, be the way he's punching you, does not grow claws. It seems to take out Mal. Becky goes down under a pile of lupine. The redhead tears into your shovel head. She was at the front of the pack, and he met her, fire and all. And as this memoriam draws to a close, Roscoe remembers this night it happened. And it was actually the first time he met one Lamar Cade. The night they raided successfully a Tremere Chantry located in the heart of D.C. And a night the Tremere Chantry will never forget due to the losses and the sheer temerity of a Sabbat pack attacking a Tremere archive. And I would like to thank everyone in this rather odd scene. But as memoriams happen,
Sorry, Dorfman got so early, but that just had to happen.
as you'll find with a memoriam, some things aren't always exactly as they occurred. And in the case of this one, Roscoe's beast decided to play a bit of a trick on him and to punish him for the powers he has lost that he wishes he could regain by taunting him with them, with his own sire wielding them. I thank my players and the viewers and enjoy the rest of the memoriams, please. Good evening. For this particular memoriam, we're going back to shortly before the Sabbat War broke out in New York. These are events that Mr. Lamar Cade, Templar Cade at the time, was directly involved in. And it was actually one of the first salvos that started this particular war with the Sabbat. And of course, for this scene, I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
I am Mickey Bear on Twitch, and I will be playing Rickard, the Sabbat Gangrel.
I'm Gavin, and I play Templar Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra.
I am Plaguewind, and I'll be playing Wrecker, the Sabbat Bruja.
I am the Lifesaber, also known as Mandy. Typically, I play Destiny Star Jones. I will be the Nosferatu informant.
And to set the scene, like many times when shady deals are to be done, Lamar has gathered not only the individuals he's tasked with this or plans to task, but arranged a meeting with the informant in an abandoned warehouse in New York. A city that size has so many of them. And I turn this over to Lamar and the two gangrels. Now, the Nosferatu will appear, well, when they appeared in this particular memoriam. So I turn it over to the events.
Lamar is waiting for both of his hitters to show up. He'll be standing in the open inside the warehouse where they can see him.
And he is met shortly thereafterwards with a pair of red orbs in the darkness. And from that darkness steps a short, bulky, hunched over, mean mugging gangrel. Templar Cade, you summon and here I am. What is it you want?
Evening. Just waiting on one more.
Then you hear the roar of a motorcycle pull up and park outside. Entering in, big burly guy dressed in all leathers, bald, tattoos all over his head. Big baseball, Louisville slugger over his shoulder. What the fuck we hitting tonight, Templar?
Thank you both for coming. I appreciate it. You guys came to mind. I have a situation I need handled, and I need two guys good at breaking shit, breaking people. So, on the surface, it's real simple. Find a member of the Scamarilla, kick her door in, crack her skull. She's probably going to have someone there. Not sure. Actually, you can come on out now.
Did you know I was there the whole time?
No, but I guessed because you guys like to sneak up on people.
And she dissolves out of the shadows into a form, hunched over, slightly hunched back.
Good one.
Good one.
Appearing out of nowhere.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's normal. What our esteemed gentleman here said is correct. There is someone who needs to perish. You don't have to raise your hands here.
No,
Just
Rickard
talk.
is going to start circling the Nosferatu and sniffing at her.
Gross.
Rickard, calm down. Save it for the bad guys. Save it for the bad guys.
Your name's Ricker? Okay. What's your name?
Go by Wrecker.
Ricker and Wrecker.
Mm-hmm.
You're joking, right?
Do I look like I'm joking?
Okay. No, you don't look like you're joking. There is a Toreador.
You don't say.
I do say there will be a kine with the Toreador. The kine is not to be touched. Do you understand?
And here I was hoping for a meal and dessert.
You'll have to find it somewhere else. She's got ghouls. I'm actually going to take care of those for you so that there's no nasty little surprises. If I remember, I'll save you a little something. Otherwise, you're going to have to find your own dinner tonight. But you get in, you put down that Toria whore bitch, get it done, and I got more uses for you after that.
Then knock down the tower.
Brick
Based
by
on
brick.
the information I have, do not arrive before 12:30 a.m.
Okay.
There is a proper time and place. The address is here.
The address listed is actually one of the skyrise towers. And it's a penthouse suite in this particular building. Very posh.
So it looks like a place that's got like security and everything. I'll handle that part. You guys just get up there, get ready. I'll join you. What's with the hand raising, man?
No, I'm asking the ST. Is there a building adjacent to this high rise?
There is, but none of them at the same height. That's the beauty of that penthouse suite, is it towers over the other building so that they get a nice clear view of the surrounding area. It's a choice piece of real estate as far as you know.
A literal ivory tower.
Let's rot it from the inside.
All right.
You two need to make any preparations. I suggest you do them now.
I mean, if you want, you can get me a plane and I can jump in.
Yeah, I want to keep this as close to off the record as possible. Don't want to arouse too much suspicion. So,
give me some time to armor up.
Can they be hit tonight, or?
And you see his his hand grow into claws as he slices open his own shirt and just takes it off. I'm ready.
Not only can they be hit tonight, they must be hit tonight. 12:30. No sooner, no later.
And what are you going to do for us?
I'll let you live. So long as the Toreador dies and the kind does not get touched. I have very, very direct orders that those are to be what you are set to for this task.
Fine, I won't kill the fucking cattle.
Now that we've got all that out of the way, Lamar turns to the informant. Pleasure doing business. We'll talk after this is over.
I'll have your payment once I get confirmation.
Gentlemen, let's move.
Right.
And the Nosferatu slips away as this group heads towards this penthouse suite. Now, this penthouse suite in this building does have security. And how does Lamar plan to get through it? There's a couple ways you could go. You could go quick and dirty. By the time you get to the top, you'll be already through anything in your way before they could even respond with enough people.
Lamar also wants to make sure that the cameras on that floor aren't working, just so that there's no, in case someone comes looking after the fact, there's no video evidence, or at least it's harder for them to get it.
Okay. I'm sure you have a guy for that.
So he'll send them to that, and then they'll go ahead and make their way up.
And when you finally get and you look at this building, it strikes Lamar, you actually think you know who this is that's being hit. You didn't realize this was the target. But it's a Toreador Primogen.
He keeps that to himself, but now he's definitely suspicious.
And you send your friends in the lead as you're clearing and making sure. Now you arrive. It's a long elevator ride up. Or do they take the stairs?
Actually, Lamar's going to take the stairs. He has bad experiences with elevators.
As a Lasombra, that's probably true. And as you were going up the stairs, all of you, you heard the sound of somebody also on the stairs, though you never saw them. No matter what you do, you couldn't find them, you couldn't see them. There was somebody else on those stairs with you. An unseen observer, someone following.
Let's move. They want to do something, we'll deal with it then.
And you come to a door. Now, you've been a little noisy coming in, but with the cameras out and the people at the desk taken care of first, no call appears to have happened up there. And it's odd because you've arrived at 12:30 on the dot. And as you come out of this stairwell, you can hear voices beyond the door. Two women speaking. Now, Lamar, you know you can't be seen as part of this, but you want to keep an eye out as long as you can.
Yeah, he's going to hang by the door to the stairwell.
Okay.
Remember, kill the target, kind. No, kill the kind. When ready to move, follow me. And then he'll head back into the stairwell, and he will shadow cloak.
And as you cloak up and hide in the more of the shadows and draw them around you, and you hear a door kicked in, someone brushes against you, and they appear. It is Nosferatu, black hair. He's wearing a trench coat with a hat. His skin stretched like some sort of odd impressionist painting. He just looks at you kind of with an odd look. Do not be here when I come back. Do not let her see you.
Yeah, I can make that happen.
And he steps past you into the hallway. And this is where this part of this memoriam ends. But it is not the end of this story. We will see you with the rest of this memoriam. Welcome to what I call the Final Memorium. These are events of the same night. It's the other half of the scene, as told from the eyes of another. It is a night where the Sabbat War started in New York. And it started with the death of her Primogen, a Toreador Primogen, who had gotten permission to embrace a child they had fostered, nurtured, and planned to add to the ranks of Clan Toreador, one Destiny Star Jones. As we know, these events did not turn out the way any of them planned. Now, of course, for this scene, I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I'm Rilindare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat and Discord. I normally play Jacqueline Durand of Clan Ventru in Windy City After Dark. However, for this Memoriam, I am playing Delilah, Primogen of Clan Toreador in New York.
I am the Lifesaber, also known as Mandy, and I will be playing Destiny Star Jones.
I'm Gavin, and I typically play a Marcade of Clan Lasombra, former Sabbat Templar. Tonight, I am Wrecker, Bruja Hitter.
I am Mickey Bear on Twitch, and I normally play Samuel Grant on Windy City After Dark. And for this scene, I'm going to be playing Ghoul number 1.
Hello, I am the Ivy Raven, and I am typically playing Abigail Rawl, Childer of Jacqueline Durand. But tonight, I will be playing Ricard, the Gangrel Sabbat Hitter.
I'm Urian, and normally I play Roscoe Akers, but tonight I am Ghoul 2.
And to set this particular scene, this is a penthouse of a luxury high-rise apartment. Destiny has arrived to meet with Delilah, producer. In some ways, I think Destiny considered her a friend, director of plays, patron of the arts, someone who has taken an interest. And of course, as you're in this amazingly appointed luxury suite, there are two, as you've called them, her bodyguards, that stand by the door to the suite as you are let in. And I turn the scene over to Delilah and Destiny.
Destiny, darling, I have the perfect role for you. It's
Really?
truly the role of a lifetime. You will have to make some sacrifices, though. Are you willing to do that?
Oh, you know that I'll do anything. I've been working so hard, and I'm sorry I'm so late. I just got off of work, and I would do anything for a role in one of your shows.
Oh,
know
darling.
that.
Once you take this role, you may never have to work again. It will set you for life.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
You think that I'm ready for a role like that?
I do. I truly do. You have such greatness within you. The way that you carry yourself on the stage is glorious.
Really?
Yes.
You really mean it?
I do.
That means so much coming from you.
Oh, I see you have the earrings.
I do, yeah. I haven't taken them off.
Do you like them?
I love them.
Wonderful. Well, we will get you this role, and I guarantee there will be more gifts.
Okay. What do you need me to audition, or when do rehearsals start?
Truly, very soon.
Really? Do I need to put in my 2 weeks notice, or what happens with pay? I mean, there's contracts and everything. Do you have them here? Do I need to sign them? I will do anything. I will go and tell my jobs I quit right now if you need me to, if it's a role that's really this good.
You can always quit your jobs tomorrow. Let us enjoy tonight. We will discuss in detail.
Okay, that sounds wonderful.
And one of the two ghouls at the door goes over, brings a bottle of champagne, pours 2 glasses. But while he is not at the door, there's a loud noise. As the door is slammed in, 2 individuals come in.
Delilah, what's happening?
Go.
No, I won't leave you.
And Delilah literally goes because she sees the first ghoul fall.
Yep. As he is torn apart by, well, for Destiny, she doesn't understand it, but a man with monster's claws.
Cut. There's going to be a cast and change tonight. In fact, we're going to redo this whole scene. we're going to play pin the tail on the hoe bag. And he points at Delilah with his bat and charges her.
And she literally uses her celerity to do lightning strike on him with a dagger she has pulled from her thigh. And she says, I call the fucking shots here.
Now, the other one who comes through the door with the claws, she's killed one. Does she go after the second?
Yes.
The wine
she rushes the second one and like bites into his neck and starts trying to like pull his arms off.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be effective at all with the champagne bottle, but he's going down.
Not a hope for a kind against a gangrel who doesn't care about masquerades.
She's laughing around like a mouthful of blood, just like she's like.
And Delilah did get a knife in you.
It's like, ooh, spicy. I like it. And he swings for her kneecap with the baseball
And
bat.
she dodges.
But you dodge into the claws of a gangrel.
Yes, I do.
What is Destiny doing?
Destiny is watching everything happening, and she can't let this happen to Delilah. So she's going to grab a vase off of the table that's next to her, and she runs up and she slams it over the guy with the bat's head.
Slams it right into the back of a head that, though you know that's not true, in the memory, where's the face of Lamar Cade?
And when he feels the vase on his head, he just swings. Like he just swings and backhands the person who hit him.
Knocking Destiny backwards into a wall.
Oh, no.
And it's while against this wall. Delilah, do you have something you're going to tell Destiny? I'm not sure.
Run, Destiny, run!
No, I can't leave you.
And Destiny hears a voice. Voice she's heard a few times. You've got a choice to make. It is that man you know his name is Martin. You've seen him. First met him in a sewer. Well, he was in a sewer. You were outside looking for a cat. You know he's been in New York because he's talked to you.
Do I see him or do I just hear him?
You see him. He kind of appears in the doorway, though he's not standing in the doorway. He's standing to the side of it where you're in his line of sight, but the rest of the people fighting are not.
What are you doing here?
You've got a choice. You can stay here. You might be able to save her. You'll probably die. Or you can come with me. Don't. Just wait. There's more to it. If you come with me, things are going to change. It's more than just running out of the room. You will have to become as I am. You will have to give up everything. Everything you knew. Everything you were.
Why?
Because that is the only way I can save you. But she can't save you. She can't even save herself. I see what you're thinking. I can't save her either.
But you can save me?
Yes, I can get you out of here. Going to have to ask you to trust me, and I can get you out of here.
I'm going to look back at the fight. How does it look like it's going?
Oh, Delilah's losing.
She's hurting him. But it's 2-on-1. And as fast as that speed that you don't understand how anyone moves as quick as she is. It's still a butterfly going up against an elephant. Because when they hit her, it shows. Delilah at this point has at least 3 slash wounds from the clawed monster and has been hit by a bat more times than you would think that they could stand. Though no blood.
I think the big guy broke something. I don't know if I can run.
I'll carry you. I can carry you.
Okay. I'll go with you.
And he comes over and he grabs you, and the people in this fight don't seem to notice him as he picks you up, throws you over his shoulder in a fireman's carry. And as Destiny's brought from the room, she doesn't notice something in his hand as he tosses a cylindrical object into the room behind him. And when he takes you to the stairwell, he doesn't walk down the stairs. He doesn't run down the stairs. He takes the stairs 5, 6, 7, almost entire flights at a time, where he just jumps with you on his shoulder. And though it is a little painful, it doesn't seem to faze him to take entire steps. Lamar, you saw him at the door, which was when this is for the Lamar, not the Bruja in the fight, but Lamar had seen him and had left after he saw this figure appear at the door again. So when Destiny and Martin entered the stairwell, there was no other individual. And as the building caught fire and burned around them, and Nosferatu carried Destiny down the stairs. Now, you do have a choice. If you want to be strong, you want to survive, war is coming. Do you want to survive the war?
Yes. Of course I want to survive a war.
Are you able to give up everything you knew? Walk away? I know you don't have much.
Everything?
Yes. But understand what you will be. I've seen you walk the streets. I've seen the look, the predator in your eye. You'll finally be able to punish those that you've wanted to punish. You'll finally be able to extract your own vengeance on them. You will become a predator like no other, to prey on those who prey on others. But to do it, you must give it all up. And it will hurt. I cannot lie to you. You will never fear pain like this again, but it will hurt.
If I don't do this, the things that came for Delilah, will they come after me?
Yes. They saw you. You saw them. They know who you are. They know your face. They will hunt you, and they will kill you. But with my protection, we can avoid that.
I'll do it.
And he steps up to Destiny. And he bites her. And it's pleasant at first. And then you get weak. And as you think you're dying, a warm liquid comes in your mouth. But oddly enough, you didn't feel the pain you were told you would feel. Because this night is when the night Destiny became a kindred. But she did not get the Nosferatu curse, which also means she did not endure the pain the Nosferatu go through as they become their curse. I would like to thank everyone for watching this series of Memoriams. They were a glimpse into the past that you've heard so much about that we can finally reveal because of the story point we're at. And they show points of views that may not 100% be exactly as the events happened as they remember, because the beast is a wily thing, as is the kindred brain. But the impact is the same. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you to the players and the guests. And we will see you for Season 3 of Windy City After Dark.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Good night, everybody. First off, let me thank all of our amazing cast of Windy City After Dark and the amazing guest players that we've had that helped us put together these memoriams. It was an ambitious project to do, and I'm glad it all came together and couldn't have done it without their help. If you want to support this channel, please give us a follow here on Twitch. Give us a subscribe if you really want to support what we're doing. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free. Give us a subscribe on YouTube. It's right there at the bottom on YouTube. Costs you nothing, but it helps, build up our subscriber base there. Please, if you enjoy what we're doing, go ahead, tell your friends, tell other people you think are interested in this kind of content. We'd love to see them in chat along with us. If you want to pop into our Discord, we've got an amazing community of people over there, really supportive of each other, and we cast all of our shows from members of the Discord. So if you on the Discord, you'll see stuff pop up in the casting couch and can join to be a member of this amazing cast. Just to remind you, subscriptions go to the channel, but bits and donations, they all go to the players in the game you saw. So if you want to show your appreciation to those that help put on this show, please go ahead and give them bits and donations while not required. It's just a little way to say thanks to them. Check out our merch over here. We've got merchandise. Go ahead and click the link. We've got Windy City stuff. There's some new stuff coming for Season 3, so be ready for that. The Season 2 stuff covered the first two, but we got new players, so we've got to update a whole bunch of stuff over there. That's just the way it is. This week on the channel, we have next Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, Call of Cthulhu, the London Esoteric Society. That'll be episode 2. Please, if you like Call of Cthulhu, like the dark horror kind of games, please come on and watch it. And then next weekend and Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern, we do not have our normal Windy City stuff. We have a very special treat prepared for everybody. Next Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have a bunch of storytellers, game masters, and DMs on here for a panel discussion on the different formats to play in a game, whether you play in Discord, whether you play a table game, you run an online streamed game, the various ways that we all run the games, tips and tricks. And generally, it'll be a chance for you, the viewers, to ask all the storytellers we've gathered up for this. Right now, it looks like there's 7 of us. You're going to see some familiar faces and some you've not seen before on stream with us. So we're going to get together and have just a nice little chat. And then, of course, the following week, we're going to do our summary of Seasons 1 and 2 of Windy City. If you want to check out some great content, look over here at our friends list. We got a whole list of friends. Check them out. And please, mental health, it's no joke. It's no joking matter. Please take mental health seriously. Check in on your friends. Check in on family. Check in on your loved ones. Check in on those that you haven't heard from in a while. Make sure they're okay. Please don't assume they're okay. And if you are someone who suffers from mental health issues, please look over in the chat right now. We've got a whole list of numbers and places you can text that you can try to get assistance if you need it. Or if you don't want to do that, reach out and talk to a friend. Reach out and talk to somebody. Please don't try to bear the weight alone, because we can't. As you can see by our memoriams, these kindred are shaped by those around them, and they're all important to each other. So please, if you do nothing else from everything you watch on this channel, please take your mental health and the mental health of others seriously and make sure they're okay. And from the cast of Windy City and all the amazing guest players, I'd like to thank you for seeing the Season 2 memoriams. And we will be back for Season 3 at the first week of June. So thank you very much. And good night, everybody.